Jason, we got to talk about it, bud.
Talk about what?
You taking on Buffalo.
Taking on Buffalo?
You were damn near one with Bills Mafia. You were
taking in Buffalo. I'm not taking on anything.
Taking it in. We got to talk about it. How was it, man?
It was incredible. I mean, honestly, one of the most fun experiences I've ever had from start to finish. It was the Buffalo Bills Mafia. It's incredible. It was easily. I mean, we haven't been to a lot of tailgates. The only other tailgate I've been to is Arrowhead. Great tailgate, but I mean, doggone, man, it was an electric atmosphere with the Bills Mafia.
Hell yeah! And it looked like it was absolutely electric from the jump, man. You were tailgate. You were drinking out of bowling balls.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we just got done, obviously, with a very grueling season in Philadelphia, mentally and physically, but in particular mentally, you're just worn out at the end of something like that. You go on that type of losing streak extended, and each and every week you come in and you have energy and you're trying to figure things out and get everybody corrected. And I'm not gonna lie, man, that it wears on you. And when it ends the way it did, there's no finality to it. And you know that there's gonna be a lot of change. You know that it affects a lot of people's lives and that team. And this was an opportunity to honestly just go someplace and forget about all that. Just go have fun and root on your brother. And I haven't had the opportunity to go to a game of yours in like 2 years now because of the Super Bowl and other circumstances. I was excited to go to Buffalo, one, to cheer you on, but also to experience the legendary Bills Mafia. So right away, I reached out to Ryan Fitzpatrick, former Bills player, and
Fitzmagic,
and Eric Wood, and was like, hey guys, what do I do? Where do I go? And what do I do?
Nice. Neither one of those guys are going to steer you wrong.
No. And I met up with Eric Wood at Big Tree Inn, which for those of you that don't know, Big Tree Inn, awesome bar right next to the stadiums, is iconic because apparently when Jim Kelly was there, the guys would go, when it was 2-a-days, the guys would go to the Big Tree Inn, eat lunch, but have a few beers. And I forget the name of the coach at the time, but he used to complain about how bad the second practices were. So in order to stop,
why is everybody
in order to try and get those guys to stop boozing in between practices, they would ship the food to the stadium. So they'd eat all the food at the stadium. But little did they know that in order to bypass it and still get a little bit of good stuff in them, they would put Rumplemints into the dressing containers. So it's still a thing. If you go to the bar and you order a house dressing, they give you a shot of Rumplemints.
That's pretty good.
I thought that was so
That's
fun.
tradition,
so
man.
Awesome. Yeah.
That's tradition,
but,
dude.
A bar that has been cemented, I think, in its legendary status, certainly for Bills Mafia, was a new experience for me. And I'm not going to lie, man, they made me feel fucking awesome at home. The fans, the Big Tree and everything was just incredible.
That's awesome, man.
I didn't get outside until later. I wanted to go outside early and I wanted to take my shirt off then and be out there because I feel like it's like, I don't know if I'm wrong in my head, but I feel like taking your shirt off is like a Buffalo Bills thing.
1,000%. 1,000%.
And I'm like, dude, I want the full
Fitzmagic
experience.
he helped grow that tradition.
Dude, God, that's a legendary freaking moment with Fitz.
Oh yeah.
But I wanted to take everything off and be out there with the fans. I didn't get to be outside very often. I only hit up a couple of the tailgates really walking into the stadium because it was a cluster. But I did get to see Pinto Ron's tailgate with the bowling ball. Did the shot out of the bowling ball, which
shout out to Pinto Ron, man.
No idea what that liquor was. I didn't ask any questions. Somebody hands you a bowling ball with a shot. The last thing I'm like, oh, is this a Crown Royal or is it?
What is this? What is this? What is this again? As you hold it, what is this again?
I'm not asking any questions. I did have to clarify how to drink this. I'm like, do I just put this up to my mouth and?
Self-explanatory, Jason.
It's a shot. It's right there in the hole. But yeah, man, they're doing all sorts of crazy things over at Pinto Ron's. They got the cabinet, the filing box that they're making pizza in. They're cooking chicken on top of an old Pinto. So they got it's pretty I don't know, shenanigans. Shenanigans are full bore over there.
Did you go through any tables?
No, I was hoping I was going to get an opportunity, and it just didn't arrive. Maybe next time. Next time, Buffalo. I was hoping. I was wishing. No tables though.
No tables?
No tables.
There was one guy that caught on fire, man.
Dude, I
It's
just
been the
saw
first
this.
time in a while. It's been the first time in a while we've seen one of those Bills fans get caught on fire. And he didn't do the first thing that you're supposed to do when you get caught on
drop
fire.
And roll.
You learn it when you're a kid, son.
Look at him. Come on.
You're over here patting your waist like it's going to get on the ice.
The problem. This is the problem. He's got a Lions sweatshirt on. This isn't a Bills. He's not privy to what can happen.
He's got a what shirt on?
Lions.
They tried to initiate him in.
Oh, my goodness.
He was on the wrong side of the lake.
Stop, drop, and roll, son. Especially
There's
in the snow.
It's right there. It's right there to save you.
Gosh. I would have been panicking too, I'm not going to lie.
I'm on fire!
But that just shows you got to have a plan going in. He didn't think that this was possible. If you're going to jump on some fire, you got to know, hey, if this fire sticks onto me, I got to figure out, where am I going here? Where's the closest thing of water?
Got to know where your exits are.
Where's some soft snow so I can just sit this butt on in it? You go to the hard stuff. I mean, that's basically, just concrete at that point. You got to find some loose snow. It's going to engulf that butt. All right.
So did he go through a table?
Didn't go through a table. No, didn't go through a table. Had, who knows how many beers over a Big Tree and then through the tailgate. Everybody was, dude, I don't know what I was expecting, but everybody's just beyond excited to have a good time and to enjoy some football.
This should be our retirement plan.
Just going to tailgates?
Just tailgate every stadium.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I'll
just to see how it's done.
You don't got to talk me into a good time. I'm in on that.
Yeah. Kylie might have something to say, but I'm in.
Yeah. Kylie, she was at this one. She doesn't have to go to all of them. How does this compare to an Eagles or Chiefs tailgate? I've never tailgated.
We can't compare.
I've never tailgated for the Eagles. The Chiefs tailgates are awesome. I've only been to a couple of them.
The Eagles tailgates are fucking phenomenal.
I'll tell you how this is a little bit different, at least from Chiefs tailgate, is this is like in the middle of like a residential area. There's houses. People are parking on like driveways. It's like the Chiefs is out in like a completely separate part of the area. So it's all pretty much parking lot tailgating. This is, I don't know. It's just a little bit different. It feels like you're in a suburb and you're tailgating for a enormous playoff game. So it's pretty cool. Got a very homey vibe to it. And then I'm sure the Chiefs have some crazy traditions as well, but I was very much incorporated into a lot of crazy Buffalo Bills Mafia traditions. And man, it was awesome.
Well, you were rocking the Big Yeti shirt going in. Did somebody from Bills Mafia get that Big Yeti shirt? Because you weren't wearing a shirt the entire game, it looked like.
I don't know if I even brought that back. I can't remember what happened to the shirt, if I'm being honest with you. I had two Big Yeti shirts on. I had one Big Yeti shirt on underneath, then I had a fleece, and then I had that Big Yeti shirt on over top of it. So I was Big Yeti'd out. Felt like it was a Yeti environment. But here's what happened. I wanted to take my shirt off at the tailgate. And because we kind of got pushed back on the tailgate front, I didn't get to have my shirt off out there. And then when I entered the box, I noticed, hey, I can jump out of this box and I'll be outside. And if I take my shirt off, then I'm outside and I'm part of the Buffalo Bills pageantry. And it was something about the entire day. I got caught up in the magic of Bills Mafia. It is electric. Everybody's the energy, the shenanigans, and I'm like, I got to have my shirt off at some point. And I didn't get to do it beforehand. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess, and I can't just take my shirt off in the box. Like, who takes your shirt off in a box? It's heated. Like, you're not really doing it. Now you're just having your shirt off at yeah,
of course. Yeah. Real cool.
So I'm like, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm taking my shirt off and I'm jumping out of this box. So then I'm out of the box and I have my shirt off. And then I can be like my Buffalo Bills Mafia, like compadres.
I had no idea.
This is how my mind works after 40 Miller Lights.
I had a shot of who knows what the fuck out of a bowling ball.
That's right.
Well, let's get to more of you during the game. You celebrated my touchdown by taking off your shirt, screaming, jumping out of the suite, chugging a beer with the fans, then jumping back into the suite.
It's correct. This is all accurate.
I watched this and it was pure pandemonium. Just pandemonium, just confusion of who to cheer for. It was a Chiefs touchdown, but it looked like Bills.
There's a lot of boos. There's a lot of cheers, though, too. I don't know, man.
Tell you what, man. If you don't run for president, this all is just going to go to waste. This is all just it looks like a political campaign. You're just reeling them in one person at a time.
There's nothing political about this. This is just a man in his elements with his Bills Mafia compadres enjoying The dead of winter. That's what this is. I wish I would have stayed out there longer to actually get my nipples hard enough. You know what I mean? I wasn't out there long enough to really even get
your
the
thermostats couldn't
going.
gauge how
my
cold it was
thermostats
yet.
didn't regulate to the temperature. They never got there.
They kind of got shocked and just couldn't.
Yeah, it was just a shock to the system. It was nice.
Man.
I'll tell you what, though, I jumped out of that box and I forgot that I've been dealing with an MCL sprain because the moment I landed, my right foot and my knee twisted, and luckily it's good. It's good. It was just a little.
It did slip a little bit.
Forgot that knee was a little loose.
So it's those good old fucking hard-working construction boots you had on.
Yeah, Tim's got the butters on.
And Butters got some things. Saved the day. There was not enough cameras on the suite where you could see Kylie, though. I wanted to see her reaction to all of this so bad.
Yeah. I don't think she was happy about it, to be honest with you.
There was one picture, and it was her kind of smiling and laughing at it and kind of for it.
Like, oh, there's Jason.
I just know it was like that scene out of fucking...
I'm not going to lie. I gave Kylie a heads up. The moment we got into the suite, I said, I'm taking my shirt off and I'm jumping out of that suite. And she said, Jason, don't you dare. And I was like, hey,
see, I'm thinking...
just letting you know
I'm thinking it's like that...
I'm not asking for permission. I'm doing this.
Once a Kelce man's determined, there's no fucking stopping him.
And she was already telling me to be on my best behavior because we were meeting Taylor. So she's like, do not be on your best behavior. I was like, Kylie, when I met you, the first day I met you, I was blacked out drunk and fell asleep at the bar. This is part of the charm. This is part of the Jason Kelce charm. I want to make my best first impression. This is my best chance.
My best first impression is the worst impression ever. So I can just build from that point on. Yeah, exactly. That shit was classic. Oh man. Well, Tay said she absolutely loved you. So anyway.
Well,
I felt like it was a scene out of Old School where Will Ferrell's fucking running.
Dude, I got so many of those.
We're going
gifs.
Streaking. It's like we're all going down to the quad. It's like, Frank, you and who? There's more coming. Frank, get in the fucking car now.
If some of these Bills Mafia would have said we're going streaking, I would have. I was full in on the Bills Mafia. I would have been right there with them.
You would have been running down the fucking block like Blink-182. All the small things.
I don't know. I just got so caught up in everything. It's mesmerizing. So yeah. Do you want to know anything else? That's pretty much it.
She left me roses. Yeah, that's all I got. Dude, honestly, I might get a picture. I might get this picture painted.
Which one?
The one of you screaming out of the suite with a Miller Lite in your hand.
That's a Labatt Blue.
My bad, a Labatt Blue.
I think that's part of the issue too. I was drinking one beer predominantly at the Big Tree Inn. And then, like when you switch from dark to browns and stuff like that. Yeah, it's not.
No,
you're right. It's ridiculous.
They're
all the same. Light beers are all the same.
You're a Kelce. You're a Kelce. That type of shit doesn't affect you. I know. Yeah, dude. That picture is, everybody's saying put that thing in the Louvre. I honestly, I might get somebody to fucking make that portrait. That is epic in a moment that I'll never forget, man. And I didn't even see it till afterwards. I obviously saw all of this after the game, and I'm going,
going viral.
Yeah. I saw everything. I was asked about it on the field, and I'm like, I have no idea what my brother has been doing all game. And the reporter told me, I was just like, yeah, I don't know. You put us Lake Erie guys up by Lake Erie, and there's just something.
That was another bit of it, dude. We drove past Lake Erie in the dead of winter,
dude,
and it was I was like,
they built it up for you. I guarantee.
I'm back at the shores of where I grew up.
I felt like that when we landed in Buffalo. I was like, God, I kind of feel like I'm
back in Cleveland a little bit.
Yeah, something about that lake, man.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to Buffalo, man. You have to see some tweets that came out of this entire fiasco. The Feast of Bacchus. By Phillips de Konig, however you want to say it, back in 1654. It looks like you got some chubby little fat guy doing these.
The resemblance is uncanny. It's uncanny.
It's pretty good. It's a pretty good side by side.
So apparently, it's not the first person to do this.
Exactly. You're not the first person to show your boobs. Your former teammate Chris Long also tweeted, some people see this and think he must be retiring, but this is just regular Kelce. Which is 100% true. Everyone, that. Jason has been doing this kind of stuff for years upon years. All right. He just loves the game of football. All right. He loves the atmosphere, especially when you put him with a whole bunch of nutcases that love it just as much as he does. Gosh. It's just an absolute epic scene. All the guys on the team were talking about it after the game, laughing at how much you were into it, man. And it was just it was cool to see, dude. It was cool to see, man. Shout out to Chris Long.
My dog.
Coach Reed also was asked about this clip from you in the post-game interview.
That's right.
He's in quotes saying, "My wife saw him." Shout out to Mama Reed, Tammy. She took a picture with him.
I did. Shirtless pic with Tammy Reed. I never thought that happened, to be honest with you. I was standing at the front of the suite contemplating, should I jump back out of this thing? And all of a sudden I hear Kylie's got a whistle, like you're whistling for a taxi. So you can just whip that out. And I look behind, she's like, Coach, Mrs. Reed. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then we got to chop it up a little bit. And it was awesome. I haven't seen Tammy in a minute. So it was great to catch up.
Well, he gave you some other compliments, telling everybody he's the best, great kid, great father. That's the thing I'm most proud of. Great wife and kids. Gotta love Big Red. All right, now, well, after the game, you tweeted an amazing quote from Ellie after she saw you on TV. I'm assuming this is a text from Lisa to
That's
Kylie.
Right. Kylie's mom. Yep, Lise.
Nice.
Shout out to little Lise.
McDiv. Yeah.
Yeah, Lise sent that text to Kai, and Kai showed me, and I immediately thought it was hilarious.
Dad's got his boobs out.
Hey, snow's out, tits out. That's the motto you got to live by.
Atta boy. Gotta love Ellie. Apparently, your antics at the game were so popular with Chiefs fans that there's already a bakery in Missouri making shirtless Jason cookie cakes, and it's pretty damn good. Cakes. This is pretty good. I'm not a big cookie cake myself.
What's a cookie cake?
I think it's just a cookie the size of a cake.
So it's a cookie. It's like I know what that is. I think I've seen those.
Yeah, just a giant cookie.
I was about to say it should be a rum cake, but all right. Well, it's good artistry.
It is. That's a pretty spot on.
Yeah.
Even
they
got
probably already had, like, you know, when you
trail.
already, you know how like
trail.
Disney,
that shit is disgusting.
You know how Disney has like their drawings that they just repurpose for other movies, but it's essentially the same drawing. Do you know what I'm talking about?
You got that badge.
I mean, it's very accurate. It's a very accurate belly trail.
What is that thing? A treasure map? That thing taking you right to the promised land?
Just follow the trail. You know, like when places have templates of like common things that they do, like Disney has like the bear template, and it's been in like multiple movies, but it's always the same template. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I feel like this bakery probably, in order to get out this quick, they probably already had like the Burt Kreischer template, and then they just put my face on it.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it. I can see it for sure. Shout out to Burt if that's what's going on. The machine himself. Yeah, Jason, final thoughts on your time in Buffalo, man.
Like I said, it was a magical experience. It felt like I was like in a different world. Right from the get-go, when we landed and we started driving past Lake Erie, I got that vibe like I was, back in familiar territory.
It's crazy we had that same feeling, man.
The moment I got out of at the tailgate and at the Big Tree Inn, I mean, it was just salt of the earth people that were ready to have a good time. And there's a little bit of back and forth like there should be before a game, but for the most part, everybody's just excited for playoff football.
Nice. I'm glad you got that part of it because I definitely did not get that part. There was no back and forth.
Well, I mean, I wasn't playing in the game. I think when you're playing,
you're innocent bystander.
I mean, I could not say enough good things about Bills Mafia, the entire experience, the chaosness of it. I don't know, man. It was like I was, I think a lot of it was almost like I was possessed in some ways. I feel like at this tailgate, I was possessed by Bills Mafia.
Well, they were possessed by you too. Well, shout out to Bills Mafia, man.
Yeah.
For making it. And shout out to Chiefs Kingdom for showing up. Don't think I didn't hear you guys either, baby. We were loud and proud too, baby.
All righty, this new year, the easiest healthy habit to start is one for your dog. That's right. The Farmer's Dog makes feeding real healthy dog food easy and convenient, and your dog will absolutely love it.
It's smart, healthy dog food that you can feel good about feeding your pup. That's why it's time to quit the kibble, kick the cans, and start fresh.
The Farmer's Dog makes and delivers fresh, healthy dog food right to your door. It's developed by vets, nutritionally balanced, and made from real meat and veggies to the safety standards of human food.
All right, now, the Farmer's Dog isn't just fresh, high-quality food. They also send the food pre-portioned specifically for your dog's unique nutritional needs.
Doesn't matter if your dog is young or old, it always is the right time to begin investing in their health. That means more happy, healthy, and full years together.
Get 50% off your first box of fresh, healthy food at thefarmersdog.com/newheights. Plus, you get free shipping.
Just go to thefarmersdog.com/newheights to get 50% off. That's thefarmersdog.com/newheights.
We've talked to the 92%ers a lot about our next sponsor. And for good reason. The Experian Smart Money debit card and digital checking account is awesome and could help you build your credit without adding debt.
And today, we're going to switch things up and talk about yet another great way Experian can help our 92%ers with their finances. The free Experian app.
Free! That's right, Jason. The Experian app is free.
Hey, if it's free, it's for me.
And it has tons of free tools to help take control of your finances in 2024. The year of now, the year of today. For example, with the Experian app, you can get your FICO score for free and could even raise it instantly. Free with Experian Boost.
And now, for the first time ever, you can use your car insurance payment to help you raise your FICO score instantly. Free with Experian Boost. And that's something you can only do with Experian.
That's right. There's also tons of free, helpful financial tools to explore on the Experian app. So go ahead and download the app and check it out right now.
Go to the App Store and download the free Experian app today. Experian is not a bank. Experian Boost results will vary. See Experian.com/legal for details.
Player insights on the NFL storylines.
Let's get to the other divisional round matchups.
Yeah, man. Some good football, baby.
There's a lot of good football. Let's get to the first one was the Texans-Ravens game in Baltimore. Obviously, you guys got Baltimore up next, and the Ravens look good.
Yes, they did, man.
Boy, did they look good, and they have looked good. This entire end of the season, this might be the hottest team in the NFL at this current state.
They're flying around right now, baby.
They won 34-10 over Houston this past weekend. Lamar finished the game with 152 passing yards, 100 yards rushing, and 4 total touchdowns. He was doing it all, as usual. Big story of the game was probably the Ravens' defense, which has been stout all season long. They held the Houston offense that looked so good a week prior to just a field goal and didn't allow a single snap in the red zone.
Damn.
We also got a little C.J. Stroud LeBron stat. As a starter at Ohio State and in the NFL, C.J. Stroud is 0-4 with teams coached by a Harbaugh and 31-7 versus everybody else. That is definitely a LeBron stat, but we appreciate you adding that in there.
Holy shit. Shout out to the LeBron stat of the year. Holy shit. That's crazy.
The Ravens celebrated the victory in the locker room. The biggest takeaway was definitely Coach Harbaugh's dance.
Harbaugh getting jiggy,
I purposely haven't watched this because I knew we were going to cover it. I got to see this.
That boy John getting jiggy, man. I ain't going to lie.
Who's on the aux? Who's on the aux?
It was pretty lit. I don't know who's on the aux, but.
Oh! That is typical white guy moves right there.
Dude, but electric moves.
No, they're good. Listen,
he's not trying too hard.
If you have the right energy, it doesn't matter if it makes sense or not. Just do it. It's all about energy. Thing. Okay, he's doing the whip. He's doing the Indiana Jones. I see a Harbaugh. Look at that. Now he's on the rodeo. He's on to the cowboy. Hey, got the lasso. Now he's calling it out. That's right.
Having some fun, man. I'll tell you what, man. Fuck, it's electric. Winning playoff games is electric, man.
It is. Very.
It is so fucking electric.
Not much to talk about. I mean, listen, CJ Stroud, incredible rookie campaign. Obviously didn't end with the final goal in mind, but I think that it ended on a note that everyone in Houston's damn sure proud of. I don't think anybody anticipated Houston to compete like this in DeMeco Ryan's first year.
Dude.
What an incredible first run at it. And it's
to
only
look forward to over there.
Yeah, man. I can't wait to see what this kid and the rest of the Texans and DeMeco Ryans has in store for the future. An outstanding first year, and the Ravens move on.
Then on Saturday night, we got the Pack versus the 49ers in a game that was neck and neck going down to the final drive, man. Niners pull off the win, 24-21. Let's talk about those final minutes. With 6:21 left in the game, the Packers were up 21-17. That's right, they were up 4 points and attempted a field goal to go up by 7, but kicker Anders Carlson
Probably European with a name like that.
Unfortunately, he missed a 41-yarder, which, that sucks, man.
When I was watching it, it felt like, I don't know if the snap was off or if the hold was off, but it felt like it came out low. Holder did a good job of getting it up, but I feel like whenever that happens, it kind of messes with the kickers a little bit. Maybe I'm remembering this wrong.
He's had a case of missing them before.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah. I will say the weather was awful. Absolutely terrible all game long. You saw it affect Brock Purdy through the first 3 quarters until the end, where he just was lights out that fourth quarter. But yeah, it was a rough kick to end the game on.
Yeah, that hurt your soul, man, because the Packers were playing great. Obviously, the 49ers were being the 49ers and playing out just hard-nosed, tough fucking football, man. Their defense is solid as any defense in the fucking league right now.
Packers are doing a good job in between the 20s. They were getting into the red zone very well. Where they really struggle for the Packers are the red zone.
Jordan Love was playing great, man.
One of the things that the 49ers do better than anybody is keep you out of the end zone. And Packers had a decent day in the regular ball situations. Aaron Jones had a really big run that was nice, but
dude, what a stud, man. I love watching that dude play football, man.
They just could not get it in the end zone.
Hey, Joe, that dude could run the fucking ball.
Can.
He's just get the ball in that dude's hands and something good's going to happen, man.
Yeah, even when it's not open, he was making plays happen.
He was
left and right.
making shit happen.
Purdy, as we said, struggled, obviously. Everybody's been talking about that in the first 3 quarters. Part of that's the environment. The rain was brutal. You could see it all over the broadcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, he turned it on when he needed it most.
Purdy, man. Pretty good.
At the end of the game, needed to score, put together an incredible drive, and got it done.
Well, a part of a few of those drives, man, just get the ball to George Kittle, baby. It's as easy as that. You know, when they're in man-to-man coverage, you find A5, baby. He is he's playing lights out football right now. Again,
great end of the season by the Green Bay Packers. Obviously, the 7th seed looked really good in the postseason. Weren't able to get it done in the clutch here against the number 1 seed in the NFC, the San Francisco 49ers. But Jordan Love, again, a lot of optimism going out there in Green Bay right now. Incredible end of the season. Just came up a little short.
It's football for you, bub.
And then the last game we got is Sunday afternoon. This is the game we were watching at the Big Tree Inn, which was the Bucks versus the Lions. Lions got it done at home. That's right. Winning 31-23.
Kneecaps, baby.
Little Ford Field action.
Biting kneecaps on their way to NFC title game.
Yes, they are. It is not the same old Lions. Jared Goff threw for 287 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he went 11 for 12 with 131 yards and a touchdown in the most important quarter of all, the fourth quarter. Rookie running back Jahmyr Gibbs finished with 114 yards from scrimmage and 1 rushing touchdown. He had himself a big day behind a Lions offensive line that has been spectacular all year. Their offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson and that offensive line has been an incredible combination there. I think Hank Fraley's the offensive line coach out there, but they're doing so many good things on the ground right now. Yeah, there's a little bit of, I guess the big story from this one, besides it being a close game, a lot of back and forth early. Lions went ahead 2 scores. Baker and the Bucks started coming back. There was a little bit of clock mishap at the end of the game, it looked like, that everybody's talking about that maybe we can touch on, which is, do you want to say it or do you want me to say it?
Yeah, I think you were spot on with it.
When we were talking about it earlier, this is what I think happened.
Yeah.
The Bucks had 1 timeout going into this last drive for the Lions. Todd knew it didn't matter if he used his last timeout going into those last kneel downs.
Even if he would have called a timeout during one of those previous snaps, they would have still been able to
have enough time to run the clock out.
Yeah.
The problem is the Lions actually messed up. It looks like the Lions snapped the ball early a few times, and Todd could have used that last timeout after that third down mishap.
Like a punt and then a chance. But
you would have had a chance.
It's tough.
Which is is that a strategy? Because here's what happens. A lot of times I feel you take that first kneel down and the other team has a timeout. You're waiting to see if they use that timeout. And then if they don't use the timeout, sometimes you just say like, hey, I guess they're sneaky. They're conceding. The game's over. They're not going to call a timeout.
Yeah. So then you just hurry up and just knee it when you got less than 40 seconds left. Yeah,
exactly. So that's the only thing that makes sense in my head. And maybe this is a strategy moving forward.
Once. That
you're right.
Move only works once in
life. But maybe that's a strategy moving forward is, hey, if you have 1 timeout, hold it, hope that the opposing offense just kind of rushes the snaps along to get the game over with. Boom, timeout, and then all of a sudden it's 4th down and you got 30 seconds left on the clock. That's the only thing that makes sense in my head. Otherwise, you wouldn't call timeout. But it also makes sense why Todd might have kind of turned it off at that point, because you think the game is over with how much time they did have.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, they didn't, and the Lions won.
Not right now.
It was a great job by the Lions offensively and defensively. They're peaking right now. This is going to be an outstanding game, Lions versus 49ers in San Fran. I'm excited to watch that one. That's for dang sure.
It'll be a fucking instant classic, man. Those just flying around defenses, just high energy defenses, physical defenses.
No doubt.
Those Lions are playing fucking great, man. I think it's a different ball game. Hopefully they can get Debo back and Debo can play.
No question.
Because
he's such an important piece.
Dude, he is such a big piece of that offense, man. A guy that can get the ball and fucking take it to the house at any moment. When you're playing a big physical team like that, you got to have your tough guys out there, man. And Debo's definitely one of those guys that can bring the fucking toughness.
Not only does he bring toughness, but he's a joker. Like, he's a receiver, he's an H-back, he's a running back. Because he can do so many things.
He gets physical in the run game.
Between him and Kyle Juszczyk,
Northeast Ohio football player.
Those are the guys, in my opinion. I mean, George, don't get me wrong, all these other guys are George Kittle's, yeah, he's a beast. Everybody knows that.
He is the Joker.
But, yeah, exactly. These pieces where Shanahan, who's creative as all get out, can all of a sudden get to all of these different formations, something that looks like your single back, all of a sudden it's a two-back run, essentially. All of a sudden you're getting into a jet sweep out of a formation that doesn't look like it. You know, you get to all of these things with a guy like Debo and Kyle Juszczyk and all of these pieces in between that really makes the run game go and makes the play action go. Does a lot of unique things for him, besides both of them and Debo in particular just being phenomenal players.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be championship Sunday, baby.
So yeah, we'll see what happens on that front. Have they said anything? About Debo?
I think he's going to, I'm pretty sure he's going to play. I mean, it's Debo.
What happened? Because he went out there for warm-ups.
I knew it was something shoulder. I think he's been dealing with something AC-wise all year.
Gotcha. Let's get some no dumb questions, Trav. Now that we've wrapped up the divisional rounds.
Time to answer some not dumb questions, because there's no such thing as dumb questions, just dumbass people. No Dumb Questions is brought to you by our friends at Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's go, Sports Bar. Damn, I almost clapped my mic off of the fucking table. All right, let's start this thing off. Sarcasm Idol name on Twitter. New Heights Show. Will Jason play in the Pro Bowl this year? No Dumb Questions. Hashtag no dumb questions.
Yeah, unfortunately, yes, I will. Whatever that means, because there's obviously no more Pro Bowl game. I don't know. I guess I know that they do the 7-on-7 flag football game. I don't know if I have to snap for that.
Yeah.
I guess you do have a snapper in 7-on-7, but sometimes they just have like a guy throw the ball to the quarterback, which I would prefer, rather than have to bend over and snap the ball for no reason.
I would just love to see one down in 7-on-7. Both teams have to have the entire lineup filled of offensive and defensive linemen.
I agree. And there's actually, have you ever seen the walking football clips online?
The worst. I fucking hate that shit.
I think it's hilarious, but it would be funny if it was O-line, D-line walking football. No?
So dumb.
You don't like it?
I like big guys trying to be athletes, not big guys being themselves. Like, it'd be way better, way more
entertaining with them actually trying.
Competitive and then entertaining with O-linemen trying to backpedal and run routes.
I think some of these juke moves in walking football are pretty electric.
No, they're not.
It's a different level of deception.
Used to do it in college a little bit, have some fun with the gang.
Did you? I never did it. I only started seeing this recently.
If you're playing around, cool. If you're actually like playing a competitive game, it's
not cool.
Because you can't judge how fast somebody's running or walking. Like, oh, you ran. No. Precision passing, best catch, kick-tack-toe. No, you probably can't kick either. Closest to the pin. Ooh, they moved away from the longest drive and went closest to the pin. Obstacle course relay race. That'll probably be your event right there.
Obstacle course relay race. I think I did this one year, and there was like a little bit of slickness on the turf, but I do remember doing that. Yeah, dodgeball I can't do because my elbow doesn't work anymore. I've had surgeries.
Can you not throw the ball with your left?
I can't do anything left-handed. I am
okay.
So not ambidextrous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, dodgeball, I wish I could play. It was my favorite sport playing growing up, but I've physically just cannot do it anymore. Precision passing, I could definitely do that. Best catch, I did in the backyard. I used to have some pretty electric catches.
Dude, you got better hands than me for sure.
But that was before my fingers stopped.
You got 9 fingers now, though, yeah.
Kick-tack-toe, I think if I punt a ball right now, I might explode my knee, so I'm probably out on that.
It's place kicking, but same thing.
Tug of war, I think tug of war I'm probably doing, but I'm going to offer minimal advantage, unfortunately.
Can't grab the rope.
And then closest to the pin contest, I mean, I'll do that, but I'm going to be terrible at it. And then obstacle course relay race. I'm in. Let's do it. Event called high stakes, when players have to catch balls launched high into the air from a jugs machine.
So it's like the like a punt return. How many punt return or how many catches can you get?
The twist and high stakes. I remember they did it with like dropping it from a drone a few years ago. I remember that one.
Yeah, it didn't work out as well. Took a little too long. So I think they're just going to do jugs. How many footballs can you catch? So this is probably like a punt returner deal. So you're not in that one.
The twist high stakes is that each player starts.
But to have a skill player do it and a big do it, that'd be electric to watch.
That's what I think. I just think you should have categories and have the big guys do all of them.
You got it.
Who doesn't like watching the big guys do all of this other stuff too?
Yeah,
right.
I'm with you. You
have the skill,
have it like wrestling,
skill
have
competitions,
like
and then you just have the big guys try all the competitions, and
the skill versus
you get
the
to laugh at how unathletic a lot of offensive linemen and defensive linemen actually.
It's not impressive watching punt returners catch fucking punts. Okay,
it's what they do.
Watching 300 pounders.
That's right.
Catch punt returns.
That's right.
Yeah,
somebody's taking one to the dome,
to the face, to the face,
in the face. All righty, let's move on.
All right, from Crash 78 on Club 92. What the hell happened to Travis's hand on the last episode? It looks like his hand is all scratched up. Yeah, I got cleated. I got stepped on. It's still to see a little bit from. It's a little bit of the scabs and stuff. That happened during the Miami game.
What kind of cleat was the guy wearing?
A football cleat? I don't fucking know.
This doesn't look like an imprint that a cleat would leave.
What?
It doesn't. I don't know. There's a lot of like red dots. It looks more like it just doesn't look like a football. I don't know what it looks like.
Just went right here on my hand. 100% is a football.
Let me see your hand now. All right, that looks more. I can see that. That picture, there's a lot of little red dots.
Well, yeah. See, people, there's no such thing as dumb questions. There's just dumbass people.
I think Sherlock Holmes might want some more. Yeah, me and Basil will go try and figure out what really happened.
That does it for No Dumb Questions, brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's go, Sports Bar. If you haven't already, make sure you submit your No Dumb Question to Club 92 and upvote your favorites. Some of the posts with the most votes may be featured in next week's episode.
All right, let's close this episode out with a little New Heights Stamp of the Week. That's right, baby. Divisional Round Stamp of the Week edition. New Heights Stamp of the Week is brought to you by our friends at Accelerator.
I'm on that little tropical punch right now.
Boy, it's good. Accelerator Active Energy Drink is available on Amazon. You can catch it, on your Amazon.
Hell yeah.
App. All right.
Hell yeah.
My New Heights Stamp of the Week, I'm going to go with a guy that's been playing great football all year round. The entire line has, and it's been a great team to watch, and they're still playing. That's Lions center Frank Ragnow. He's been playing through multiple injuries all season. And he showed up on the injury report, and he just keeps on chugging along. And he showed up big in the Lions' win over the Bucs. Didn't miss an offensive snap. Went toe-to-toe with Vita Vea, which I can tell you firsthand is really hard.
Not right now.
Helped block for the Lions team that rushed for 114 yards and 2 touchdowns while adding 277 yards and 2 touchdowns through the air. Dan Campbell had all sorts of praise for Frank. Frank's a stud. That's what he does. He's willing to put it all on the line. He believes he can, and he trusts himself, and he trusts those guys next to him. Not everybody can do it, and that's okay, but he can. Dude, Frank's incredible. He's been a great center in this league for a long time, and he's rebounded from an injury that set him back a couple years ago pretty damn well. So shout out to my man Ragnow and the Detroit Lions.
Well, hold on now. We ain't going too far, man. It's the team that was least expected to be here, the Detroit Lions. I'm sticking with the Lions, too.
Oh, we're not done. Okay.
The game winner, the sealer, the closer, as they may say. And a very heartwarming story from our Walter Payton Man of the Year last year in Whitworth. Linebacker Derek Barnes sealed the win for the Lions after picking off Baker Mayfield on the Bucs' final drive of the game with just over 90 seconds left to play. This was Derek Barnes' first career interception. How about that? And a feel-good story, like I said. Andrew Whitworth mentioning in his speech how he's I think it was Derek Barnes came up to him and mentioned how when he was a kid.
That's him?
Whitworth, that's him, dude.
Oh my gosh. Cool. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Taking your game to new heights. So he mentioned how Derek came up to Andrew Whitworth and mentioned how his story or how him being in the community helped Derek through life and definitely made an impact on him. So it was cool to see almost everything come full circle and how Derek Barnes just catapulted his Lions team into the NFC Championship game. So shout out to Derek, man, for taking your game to new heights. Shout out to Ragnow too, man. The Lions, the least expected to be here right now, but man, they're really taking their game to new heights.
Like we said before, man, can't wait to watch all the games this week, and good luck, Trav.
You know it, baby.
That wraps it up. That's another show in the books. Another episode of New Heights is done.
All right, now.
Make sure you subscribe to the New Heights channel on YouTube so you know when new episodes are coming out, and check out our new bonus videos that launch on Friday. This Friday, we'll be doing conference championship preview and a breakdown to the poll results in the first round of voting in our best NFL team name bracket. Listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcast.
Once again, New Heights is presented by Wave Sports and Entertainment and brought to you by the all-new Experience Smart Money Debit Card. That debit card that builds the credit without the debt. Follow on all social media platforms at New Heights Show with 1S, 92%ers. Tell a friend when you see them. Thanks to our production and crew, as always, for making us look way better than what we are. And
you know that's
thank
right.
you again to the 92%ers for always tuning in. Love you guys. Well, hopefully we see you next week with another dub. Now, right now.
All you 92%ers out there watching this one, we'll get to some fan mentions and include, okay, we'll get to some fan, let me do this one more time. I'm done a little bit too much caffeine. All right. We got to, you know when you're talking so fast that your tongue doesn't keep track with your mind?
It usually happens when you have a few beverages over the weekend. You know what I'm saying?
No, I wouldn't know what you're talking about.
Not quite as fast.
Officials ain't going to be perfect. They ain't going to make every call. Everybody's like, oh, that was a face mask on Dallas Cowboys. No, it wasn't. You know why? Because they didn't throw the goddamn flag. All right? So it wasn't a face mask.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to New Heights, a Jukes original show presented by Wave Sports and Entertainment. New Heights is a show that speaks stats into existence. Shout out to the 92% that really isn't 92%, but now is 92% thanks to the Buffalo game. That 8% was on showcase, baby. We are your hosts. I'm Travis Kelce. This is my big bro, Jason Kelce, out of Cleveland Heights, Ohio. University of Cincinnati Bearcats, baby. New Heights comes to you every single Wednesday with a new episode. And please subscribe on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. And as always, follow the show on all social platforms at New Heights Show. Jason, what we got coming up? I hope it's a good one.
Well, as always, we got a great episode, Trev. We'll recap how the Chiefs offense kept it rolling against the Jaguars. The Eagles finally hitting our first setback. Fuck!
Yeah, I know that one.
And how our quarterback sneak agenda took a hit this weekend. Thanks, Bills and Vikings. But first, as always, New news. Still the number one podcast in the world. Well, sports. Number one for sports. But we also have cracked into the top 10 for overall podcasts this past week. Thanks to our Jalen Hurts interview, which did extremely well.
It was awesome.
I guess Jalen Hurts conversation. Really not an interview. It was just a great convo with us three. Who should we get next, you think? I think there's one person everybody wants. It just, are you man enough to ask? Really, is what it comes down to.
No. I am. Yeah, I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask him. I think I've asked already. I kind of like hinted at it. I was like, "Hey, Pat, do you like the show?" He said, "Yeah." So it's like, "Yeah, come on on."
Well, you got to do it. You got to do it in the Pat voice.
No, I'm not doing it in the Pat voice.
That's not how
you get Pat on. That's not how you get Pat on.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
That was like the one thing I did his rookie year. Like, there's no hazing in Coach Reed's like locker rooms. Like, there's no like, oh, the rookie's got to do this. Like, you get like seniority and like taping lines and like stuff like that. You know what I mean? Or like hotel rooms and shit.
Sure.
But you don't get like, the rookies don't have to do stuff. You know what I mean? It's not expected. But the one thing I just made fun of Pat was every single time he spoke up in like a meeting or anything like that, I would just.
You're just a bully. So this is why Pat won't come on. You're just a big bully.
What? It's my guy. It's one of my best friends. I just gotta, right time, right place, baby.
I was talking to Jalen after the episode launched, and he said, "Who you guys getting next?" And I was like, I think probably try and get Pat. He's like, "Y'all should definitely do Pat." So Jalen's on the pet train too. So
Nice, man.
let's make it happen.
Jalen. Let's make it happen. You heard
Some
it here, Pat.
other names being thrown out. Andy Reid. God, that would be awesome.
That'd be sweet, man. It's a tough ask.
It's an intimidating man.
It's a tough ask. I don't know. That's the one where I'm like, what do I go? Hey, coach.
Hey, just ask. You just ask.
I'm not a good asker, man.
It's like when you ask, whoever you asked the middle school dance in, 8th grade. You just go up and worst that can happen is they say no, right?
Yeah, and you go to the dance alone.
Yeah. And Andy's the Great White Buffalo. It's you got to go up there. You got to go up.
The Great White Walrus. The Great White Walrus.
If you need me to, I will text him so that you don't have to ask.
That would make it a lot easier.
If you are not
get the bug in
you are not man enough to go up and ask him yourself.
The guy's busy, Jason. Okay, we just heard from Joe Thomas what it takes to be an NFL head coach. Okay, he might be a little busy
It's true.
Early on in the week. Okay,
and he just says no, right? Back in the
he
same
says
spot
no
we're
with
right
the
now.
eyebrow, like no.
Why are you Are you focused on the right things, Travis?
You need to lock the fuck in, Travis. I said the story about the draft story last week with the Jalen episode, and I said it, and Coach Reed doesn't cuss like that. Okay, I kind of elaborated on it a little bit more than I probably should have. So he doesn't cuss like that, especially not the first time he meets somebody or first time he talks to somebody when they're getting drafted. But yeah, keep going.
Yeah, we all of these stories that we tell have been somewhat adapted to our language, just so everyone knows. And other names that have been thrown out there, Landon Dickerson. Landon would be tremendous. You want to talk about a character, an all-around just unbelievable dude. He'd be a lot of fun. Bo Allen. Both know Bo very well.
Bo, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Used to call him Honey Boo Boo. The
That's a big old Honey Boo Boo right there.
Dude, he was the best. Still doing it strong over there with Chris Long. He'd be an awesome guest. Nick Sirianni. I mean, come on now.
Love to get the old ball coach on here.
He already did the Pat McAfee show.
You know it.
Might be tough to get him on another one, but that would be awesome. C. Long.
One of them good brothers. One of them good brothers in the league, baby.
Dude, you want to talk about a guy super knowledgeable, smart, charismatic, funny, good looking. I don't know that we should have him on because he's going to take away from, it's too dominating of a presence. Gosh.
We got to definitely keep it slotted. We can't have him on here for more than.
And then the other name that's kind of being thrown around is Lane Johnson, which let me tell you, there's a story with Lane Johnson, which is really his whole life that needs to be told. You want to talk about a character, and just an all-around awesome dude. Lane Johnson, we should definitely get Lane on at some point.
I'm definitely game to get Lane in this joint.
Well, now that we're done with that, let's go on to some more of the fan base names.
Ooh, we got some more good ones for you guys.
We got some more good ones.
I love it.
All right, LVZ. What about the Heights Pound?
The Heights
Full
Pound.
of dogs who love the game the way you both play. Well, I think
the way you described that made it sound way cooler than the initial thought of it. But I like it.
It's an ode to the dog pound and the Cleveland roots.
For sure.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in the dog pound?
I have not. I've never actually been to a Cleveland Browns game. Well, actually, I take that back. I went to your guys' game against the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland. But yeah, definitely wasn't in the dog pound.
Scored twice in the dog pound.
Yeah. Did you go in it?
I almost jumped in there. I didn't want to take a beer to the head, though.
You didn't do the Lake Erie leap?
No, no, I didn't. I'm respectful, when it comes to Cleveland sports. Very respectful.
369 has the flankers.
Damn you fine. Let me talk about it one more time. Get low. Get low. From the window. To the wow. To the wow. To the. All right. What you got
Jamie
for 369? Flankers? The flankers?
Yeah.
I mean, story of my life, man. Yeah, I'm with it. You're not much of a flanker, though. You're just a very tactical, straight on.
There's no tact. It's just straight.
I don't know, man. Them QB sneaks. I heard there's a tactic to it. We might get to that a little later.
There's tactic, but it ain't flanking. I'll tell you that.
I love it.
Jamie Shell has New Heights Knuckleheads, little ode to PTI, probably my favorite sports. Is that a sports talk show? Is that what we would call that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Loved PTI growing up, and I do like that. New Heights Knuckleheads. It's got a good ring to it, but
It does.
I don't know if that's too much of a steal off of them and Wilbon and Kornheiser. Zach Law, why not combine both your nicknames and call us the Sexy Yetis? Sexy Batman and Yetis. Sexy Yetis. I like
Sexy
that.
Yetis. It's clever. It's very creative, Zach.
Yeah. Alex McDonald, the Wedge Unit.
That's pretty damn good.
Wedging this new news up in you every week, baby.
Locking arms.
Here comes new news, baby. Go. All right, here we go.
I like it, man. Keep them coming, baby. I'm honestly, at this point, I don't even know if we'll ever actually settle on one because we enjoy reading your guys' suggestions.
There's just so many good ones. We'll put it to a fan vote eventually. But right now we're having too much fun. We're having too much fun reading them, so keep them coming.
Moving forward to fan mentions of the week. So we got at Bubbly Fizz Fizz. If football didn't exist, what do you think each of you would be doing right now? That's a great question. I've actually thought about this a lot, and I still can't think. Yeah, no, I don't know. I would think school might not have been the route for me. So I think if I didn't go to college for football, I'd probably just get into Cleveland manual labor, man. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know what else there would. I didn't have a lot of fun doing a lot of other things other than sports. So playing B and C were always just another sport for me.
Well, you did have one other job besides football. When you were off football, you were a telemarketer. So you were somebody that I think is universally hated by everybody on the planet.
Yeah. Except for people that did not like Obamacare in the southern Ohio, northern Kentucky, and eastern Indiana areas. If you didn't like Obamacare, man, I was taking surveys over the phone, and there were numerous times I had a older gentleman or woman that just loved to fill up the comment section. You know what I mean? This is what I think about. All right, let's calm down here. I would just have to cut them off. Like, there's no more. I can't add any more to the comments. So you filled up that one. Let's get to the next question. It was pretty draining, man. It was pretty draining.
How many people gave you the Ed Kelce treatment where they just like acted like they were interested into it, and then while you're like giving them, you're like, get out of here, and just like hang up.
I got clicked on all the time, dude, for sure. When you do get one of those calls, you hear them like go right into reading the prompt, because that's what you're doing. You're reading what's on the screen in front of you and like clicking so that like everything's documented. Man, I would try and get to the start of the comments or the questions real quick, and just in the middle of the first sentence, just click. Hello? Next caller.
Dude. Dad used to take out whatever rage was inside of his heart on any telemarketer that called. He just, oh yeah, what do you got? Okay, don't ever call me again. What are you like? Why, you piece of shit? What are you on this phone for? No.
Where'd you get this number?
I'm overdoing this a little bit. But Dad was definitely not nice to the telemarketers. He hated telemarketers.
He definitely chopped them down.
And to be honest, I think now that everybody has a phone that telemarketers can reach you at nonstop, I'm kind of on the dad bandwagon. I cannot stand.
Wait, time out. Back to, you can't stand them. Back to what you would be doing though. What would you be doing if football didn't exist? I
have no idea. I would probably be. I don't know. I mean, I'd probably be hanging sheetrock or freaking. I have no idea. I act like I am, but I can't do any of that right now. I got to a point in college where I realized that if I don't play, I'm just going to coach football. So it's hard to really even think about what else I would be doing.
Yeah, I don't even know what else I would get into. Hopefully I enjoy it, though.
I'm sorry that was not an exciting answer.
Sorry, guys.
Before we move on, you guys know we say a lot of stuff on this show that we probably should keep private. But oversharing is how we became the #1 sports podcast in the world, baby. But there is one place we absolutely want to make sure our privacy is being protected, and that's online. That's why when I'm at home looking at film or going through the playbook, I never go online without using ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN is an app that reroutes your internet connection through their secure servers so your ISP can't see the sites you visit. because we don't know what team our service provider roots for, but with ExpressVPN, it doesn't matter. And we know our info isn't getting shared. Most of the time, I don't even realize I have ExpressVPN on. It runs seamlessly in the background. All you have to do is tap one button and boom, you're protected. ExpressVPN is available on all of your devices, so there's no excuse for you to not be using it. Protect your online activity today with VPN rated #1 by Business Insider. Visit our exclusive link at expressvpn.com/new heights, and you can get an extra 3 months free on a 1-year package. That's expressvpn.com/new heights. expressvpn.com/new heights to learn more. Trav, it's officially November, and do you know what that means?
Way ahead of you on this one, big bro. It's National Veterans and Military Families Month, which is why our sponsor DraftKings and the Pat Tillman Foundation have partnered together to give you an easy and fun way to make an impact.
All you have to do is sign up on DraftKings using our promo code New Heights. Enter the Pat Tillman free-to-play pool throughout November, and DraftKings will donate $1 for every entry up to $20,000 to the Pat Tillman Foundation.
Making a huge impact really is that simple. Signing up and using the promo code New Heights. Play in DraftKings Pat Tillman free-to-play pool through November, and DraftKings will donate $1 for every entry up to $20,000 to the Pat Tillman Foundation.
All donations to the fantastic Pat Tillman Foundation will go towards empowering military veterans and spouses through academic scholarships. All righty, let's get back to the show.
Teeing up 12 bold topics to wrap up week 10 in the NFL. This is how we do it. I always tee up topics on Jason's game, and he does the same for me. Jason, you want to start us off?
Sure. Well, Trav, you guys play the Jaguars this week. Big win, 27-17.
Dub City, baby.
The real stat of the Chiefs offense was 10 different players have now caught a touchdown for the Chiefs this year, marking the most in any team in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Pat spreads that ball around.
He sure does.
Kadarius Toney, breakout game. Kadarius, 90 yards from scrimmage. Only you had more.
The Joker.
Yeah. 5 targets, most of any receiver. First career touchdown. And he had an unbelievable warm-up where he's adjusting his gloves, catching punts, and makes it seem pretty effortless.
Yeah, the one you're talking about is when he adjusted his glove mid-route as the ball's in the air. He's just kind of looking at it like, I'm going to come down with this thing in a second, make sure these gloves are on here. There we go. And then just levitated and just like froze in the air while the ball came to him. It was crazy. It was wild. And then Moss 2 guys, and we scored on like the next play or something like that.
Well, of all of the stats that are mentioned around the Chiefs offense, is there one stat that means the most, Trav?
Yeah, the win column.
It's a good stat.
In terms of other stats, I mean, I always just equate it to how do you lose games? Turnovers. Third down conversions. Are we scoring touchdowns or are we kicking field goals? Those are all the important ones. Like, are we converting third downs? Are we winning situational football games? And at the end of the day, are we turning the ball over? And as our offense right now, we're rolling. We had a couple turnovers, and obviously you want to clean up everything, but guys are just out there playing with all the passion for the guys next to him, and that's the funnest part, man. Is that even when we kind of have a hiccup or we fumble, Isaiah Pacheco had a fumble in the red zone, but immediately after that, Coach Reed says, "Now, first play, next drive, go ahead, young man, get your rocks off and run that thing downhill like we know you know how to." Because I mean, after that, after you turn the ball over or something like that, the first thing you want to do is get the ball and just run your tail off and show everybody that you are accountable for that kind of stuff. Or you are accountable with the ball in your hands, and sure enough, I mean, he had a hell of a day after that.
How has your role changed in the Chiefs offense?
I feel like the beauty of the tight end position is that it's so universal. You can put us anywhere. You can have us do a lot of different things, whether it's to get ourselves open or whether it's to get somebody else open. There were multiple times on a third down on a big time, drive where Coach Reed knows that they're going to bracket me. They're going to be on high alert of where I am. In situations like that, man, it's just sometimes it's better to just use me as a decoy or just use me to gather up as much coverage as I can. And that goes along with the intentions of the play caller. Now, I'm still trying to get open, but at the end of the day, if I can get somebody else open for a bigger gain or for to get the job done, like get a third down conversion or something like that, I'm doing that 100% of the time. And that's the fun about playing the position, is that you can help out everybody else by just doing your job, and whether it's catching the ball, blocking for somebody downfield, or getting somebody open in terms of routes. But I don't think it's necessarily evolved into anything. I just think every single week Coach Reed finds ways that we can attack a defense and become successful, understanding that this is what they're going to try and do. They're going to try and stop me and Pat, knowing that me and Pat on third downs have had one of the highest third down conversion rates like in the league since Pat's been here. So they know that stat is out there. They know that Pat, is very aware of where we're at, and they know that Coach Reed likes to dial me up on third down. So that's where you just put all the trust in the coach's hands, and you just do your job, man. You be a good teammate.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why it's easy to put your trust into one of the best play callers of all time, in Andy Reid.
Yeah.
So, speaking of calls, let's talk about non-calls. Juju Smith-Schuster took a shot from Jaguars safety Andre Cisco.
Man, you hate to see it, man.
Yeah, and obviously the flag went out initially, gets picked up. What are your thoughts when a teammate goes down like that?
I mean, it just rips your heart out, man. Especially the way it goes down. That's never, easy to see. Not ever easy to be a part of.
Well, later in the game, Cisco, underlay, mama, E-I-E-I-O.
That's
Nelly.
not Cisco. That's
Fuck.
not Cisco. I don't know how you missed your favorite song, the thong song.
That's it.
How did you miss
God.
the thong song?
I've only slept for 2 hours, all right? I'm on low sleep. Cisco and Nelly have got to be, it's the same era. Come on, give me a break. Anyway, Cisco made another violent hit on Chiefs wide receiver Marquez Scantling,
yes.
Gosh.
You said it right.
I know, but I'm just, there's so many hyphenations. All right. Sent to the blue tent.
I love you, Quez, man. I'm glad you're good, dog. But that was not an easy one to see either.
Other Chiefs reaction, Justin Reed, we were pissed. Is that accurate?
Yeah, no, everybody on the sideline and everybody in the game was pissed. We kind of had a moment where we were like, yo, let's rally around the ball. Let's make sure we take care of our guys, man, because this is getting out of hand. There's a lot of those kind of momentum switches, like those are boosters when you have big hits like that. And I think Juju's was, the ball came out. Quez, big third down that we didn't convert. So it's just, stuff like that, momentum-wise. And then on top of that, we just got to protect our guys. We can't let somebody come into our house and throw bodies around and send guys to blue tents and stuff like that. It's just like, this is our house. We got to protect our guys, get around the ball. They're a physical bunch, and they were flying around trying to impose their will. And, we had to react. We had to respond accordingly, man.
Yeah. Isaiah Pacheco said, it brought tears to my eyes. It'll do that. I remember last year when Isaac Seumalo went down with a pretty significant foot injury. I was crying after the game. Dude, it's an emotional game when you see somebody that you care about. That can be hard at times. Tony said, I was angry. I was kind of mad because I don't really like dirty plays. I feel like it gave the team a boost. It gave us something to play for, I guess you could say.
Yeah. No, then Joker's right on. He's right on with it, man. He like I said, it was definitely a momentum booster for them, and we had to match that and play that much more aggressive, knowing that what had just went down. And it makes you want to play harder for the guy that just got hit like that. Yeah. So I hear you on that, but what we did was we figured it out, man.
Let's get to a happier topic. Noah Gray and Kadarius Toney have their first receiving touchdowns of the season for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, baby. Everybody saw Toney warming up, catching punts, adjusting his gloves. What can you tell us about? Yeah,
this dude Joker, man. When I don't know how the heck
is that his nickname, Joker?
The Joker, man. Joka, the Joker.
Is it in reference to the Batman?
That's a good question.
Or is it?
I don't know. I'll have to ask him. Where Joker came from.
Is he Is he funny?
Yeah, he's a great dude. I was blown away with how professional he was. When you get a trade like that, you think something, there's something that you have to weigh out or something that you have to, bring. Ever since he's been in the building, it has been, man, this dude's smart. Man, this dude's crazy athletic. Man, this guy has a lot of confidence. And when you have a lot of confidence, that means you understand what's going on out there. You're playing, you know what I mean? You're seeing things, you know how to attack it, and that goes back to being a smart player, a smart person. And he's just been a great teammate. I'll tell you what, man, the first couple of days I saw him like catching punts in practice. It is the most casual. Like, I've never seen anyone catch punts like this. I would assume that like all the great ones do it like this, but usually you get a guy that punts in the air, they go sprinting back to where they think it's going to go, and then they're like back there like trying to adjust to it. Maybe there's a little wind aspect to it, and they're like, all right, should I step up? Should I step back? He is, as soon as the punt happens, he sees where it's going, casually just starts like walking over. Doesn't even run, just like is like observing what's in front of him in terms of like the defense or the punt team coming at him, and is just walking over to it, and then like 10 feet before it gets to him, finally gets ready and just snags it and is like in full gamer mode. Is one of the coolest things. It goes back to the catch that he had on the sideline. He's just over there mid route just running, got two guys on him, like, nah, I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure these gloves are on tight so I can snag this thing out there. And it's like he gets up and just crazy athlete, unbelievable player when he gets the ball in his hands, and obviously can run great routes. Happy that he got his first touchdown in the National Football League. The first of many for sure, man.
So can you believe the Giants let Kadarius Toney go?
No, I don't know how he got out of that building. I just don't get it. I don't get it one bit. I don't understand. I don't even want to understand. I don't even want to know what happened over there. I am just extremely happy that Brett Veach found a way, yet again, to get an unbelievable, talented player in this building.
Well, how nice is it to see a young player like Noah Gray have success as a guy who was a veteran when he came in? What's that feel like?
Oh, immediately. You're saying as a veteran being me as he comes in? Because he arguably is more professional than I have ever been in my career. And he holds me accountable in a lot of areas of like preparation and practice and things like that. The guy is just a fine-tuned football machine, man. Anything you need, baby, Noah Gray's got you, dog. And
not surprise me.
No, he's awesome, crazy athlete, understands defenses, understands run game, and how to incorporate his techniques into the schemes. And a lot of that stuff is on the fly. There have been stuff that it's taken me years to be able to build an instinct to run a route a certain way or to block a guy a certain way, that he's just been able to come in and immediately make it make sense in game time decisions and get the job done. And it's been awesome to have him in the building, as well as Jody Fortson. Noah's progression has only made the entire room that much better and that much more accountable, man. And I can't say enough about the guy. And sure enough, man, he's been making play after play. Last week you saw him on the third down or fourth down, downfield, making mossing a dude over the middle. Yesterday's game, or this past game, finding the end zone and making a few big plays throughout the drives. And just can't say enough about the guy, man. I'm excited to see him keep finding new roles in the offense and keep coming up big for us, man.
All righty.
Those Duke Blue Devils, baby.
These days, no matter if you're a small business or an NFL franchise, every new potential hire can feel incredibly stressful. In my career, I've been lucky enough to work with some of the best in the business. But before you can work with the best, you need to find the best. That's why you have to check out LinkedIn Jobs. LinkedIn Jobs helps you find the right people for your team faster and for free. LinkedIn Jobs makes it so easy with simple tools like screening questions that make it easy to focus on candidates with just the right skills and experience so you can quickly prioritize who you'd like to interview and hire. The year's almost over. If you're looking to finish strong, you're going to need the right people on your team. So use LinkedIn Jobs to help you find the qualified candidates you want to talk to faster. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/new heights. That's linkedin.com/new heights to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. Well, Trav, I think you would agree that being an NFL player is an everyday gig, right?
Yeah. Eat, breathe, and sleep it, baby.
Well, our next partner has a product I use literally every day. I started taking Athletic Greens because I needed something that helped me keep up with all the nutrition I need to play football at a high level, but without having to keep track of a million pills and powders every day. So what is this stuff? With one scoop of AG1, you're getting 75 high-quality vitamins and minerals to help start your day off right. The special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, and aging, all of these things. Basically, I wake up every day, I drop a scoop of AG1 into my shaker, and I'm good to go for the day.
All your greens right there?
All my greens, all my minerals, and all my vitamins. It costs you less than $3 a day, so it's cheaper than your cold brew habit. It's also cheaper and easier than getting all the different supplements yourself. Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. And to make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs for your first purchase.
Free!
All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/new heights. Again, that is athleticgreens.com/new heights. Take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
Eagles 21, Commanders 32. Hand the Eagles the first loss of the season, and nobody saw this one coming. I'm not going to lie, man. I thought you guys were going to just handle business, take care of them on a Monday night, big game at the Link. What's the takeaway, brother?
We got beat. We got our asses kicked. We got to play better. We had too many mistakes on offense, turnovers. I think missed assignments. It was a sloppy game for us offensively, defensively. Couldn't get off the field. And credit to Washington. They played their asses off. Heineke was dialed in, on point. McLaurin was all over the field, it looked like. They ran the ball and stuck to it. It was a really, really good performance by the Washington, I was about to say football team, Commanders.
There was just something about that. We'll get to talking about that final play or the final possession. The flag. The flag.
Listen, man.
The roughing the passer. I've never seen a quarterback get so excited because of a roughing the passer after he takes a knee like that one. I don't know why it rubbed me the wrong way, man. I was just like, I'm out of here. I just turned the TV off when he got excited like that. I was like, that's what we're getting excited for, man.
I don't know. The refs are getting a lot of critique, and dude, I cannot stand people blaming referees. That's like one of my pet peeves. Like grinding my gears. We had so many opportunities to win that football game that we didn't control, that we didn't take care of.
100%.
Right? That game shouldn't have even come down to, if we take care of things offensively, if we don't have turnovers, there's a feeling now more than ever. And I think part of it's just because of replay and the ability to slow things down and everything's in high definition. So fans, it's very apparent when an official doesn't make the correct call or misses something, right?
Yeah.
Listen, man, officials ain't going to be perfect. They ain't going to make every call. And the reality is, you got to go out there and play the game that's called. 100%. Everybody's like, "Oh, that was a face mask on Dallas Goedert." No, it wasn't. You know why? Because they didn't fucking throw the goddamn flag. All right, so it wasn't a face mask. It really bothers me when people put things on officials. You got to control what you can control, and you got to play the game that's being called and the way it's going down out there. And it's a loser's mentality to put it on somebody else.
I'm with you, man.
It really bothers me when people put it on officials.
I've done it in the past. I've blamed games. I blamed a playoff loss against the Steelers to a ref and told him he couldn't even work a Foot Locker. I've said some of the silliest sore loser shit that anybody could ever say. And I'm right there with you, man. It's ignorance.
In the moment, you're going to be pissed off. Well, moment, you're going to be pissed off. But the reality is, there's so many other moments in the game. The game is
60 minutes.
Yeah.
The entire time. Yeah. There's so many plays that could have
been made. The refs didn't have anything to do with the turnovers that we committed. Well, the one with Dallas, but didn't have much to do with the inefficiency of our offense. They didn't have anything to do with our defense not getting off the field on third down. These are things that killed us. All right.
Got to have the mentality. Can't put it in their hands.
We got to get better. That's the bottom line. We did not play a good game. They came out with energy. They came out with excitement. They came out ready to go. And they beat us. They're a well-coached team. I know the Commanders are like one of the laughing stocks of the league organizationally because of what's going on with Dan Snyder and all that stuff. Let me tell you this. Ron Rivera is still a good coach. Jack Del Rio is still a good coach.
Yeah.
They got some good players on defense and they got some great players on offense. And they went out there and they beat us. And, we got to go back and watch the tape, get better, and move on to next week. I mean, it was a very unacceptable performance by the Philadelphia Eagles this past week.
The biggest stat line for me was the time of possession.
Yeah.
Washington 40 minutes, Philly 19. When I tell you they had twice as much possession time than you guys had, and that is huge when you have a great offense. When you have a great offense, taking that offense off the field or limiting those possessions as much as possible, because now it's just it's draining. The offense can't get a rhythm, and that's frustrating as an offense. And sometimes you try and do more because you're not getting all those possessions, and you feel like that time is running out. You got to get things going. It puts a little bit more, I don't know. I don't want to say stress, but it definitely makes you feel like you got to get the shit going more and more.
You got to be perfect.
Yeah,
you're going to it limits your opportunities. It's hard to get in a rhythm. I mean, there's a reason why they did that. That was not like that was happenstance. Their goal was clearly to run the ball and to put together long drives and keep our offense off the field. And they did that.
Yeah.
And that's obviously one way to stop a great offense is to just don't let them out on the field. And we didn't help matters by going 3 and out to start the second half. We didn't help matters by not producing on offense.
Yeah.
That stat is 2 ways. It's not just the defense. That's us not being efficient on offense and putting together long drives
to help that defense out.
Yeah. It's we actually had 4 turnovers. We had more turnovers in this game than we've had all season.
Yeah, that was crazy. 3 turnovers this game. You had 3 in the previous 8 games.
We actually had 4 if you count the last minute the fluke touchdown at the end. But
that's crazy.
It's listen, the big reasons why we've been so successful up until this point is our offense has been very efficient, our defense has been good, but the main thing we've done is we've taken care of the football, and we did not do that this past week. It's the number one stat that determines wins and losses. So.
I will say this though, fuck it, the sneak still works, baby. You guys, shout out to the Eagles for throwing it up on social media, man. Our stat of 92%, which 92%. Is now officially a stat. Okay, we've created.
It's always been officially a stat.
92%. 92%. All right, nice,
it's
man.
official.
The QB sneak stat will. Not completely made up. Sounds like there's some analytics behind it.
The Bills and Vikings might be dragging it down a little bit, but
it just showed what the 8% of the sneak really looks like. Right on. Is the 17-0 talk being over actually like good? Like, does it kind of make everybody feel more at ease, or? Were you guys even thinking about that, in the building? Were you guys talking like, yeah, we might be able to do this, or were you guys just taking one game at a time?
No, we weren't talking about it. We were just trying to go one game at a time. And, I don't know. I don't know if it's good or bad. I sure wish that we were still trying to be 17-0 or undefeated. I think, at no point were we trying to be 17-0. We're just trying to win the next game.
Yeah. I feel like that gets hyped up way too much. Like, every single team goes into every single season trying to go 17-0, thinking, "Oh yeah, I'm going to win every single game." Look at you look at the schedule, say, "Yeah, that's a game we can win. That's a game we can win. That's a game we can win." I look at every single schedule that I've ever had and be like, "Man, we can go 17-0. We can go 16-0 right here." And you find out over the course of a season how to become the best team possible by the end of the year. And sometimes, those losses, like we learned a lot from the Colts loss this year, which I think is a very similar loss to what you guys just had against the Commanders, in terms of, a team that everyone thought you should have easily won that game, or go in there. And if you guys handle business, take care of business, and don't hurt yourselves, you guys come out victorious. But it's one of those situations where sometimes when you take L's like that, or you find yourself in adverse situations, you find out how not to do things. And sometimes finding ways how not to do shit is better than just keep learning on the run.
Yeah, it's good. And it's a good wake-up call. It's a good wake-up call that, we're not where we need to be right now. We're not as good as anybody is telling us we are. We got a lot of things to improve on, and if we want to be as good as we can be at the end of the year, we got a lot of work to do. So,
yeah. Well, fully expect you guys to bounce back. You and Miles Teller pre-game, man. There's a cool video of you guys chopping it up before the game. You want to talk to us about that, or what were you guys talking about?
We're talking about his jersey. He had a 62 game jersey from back when Reebok used to sponsor the
what?
NFL.
Yeah. Like this is like 2011, 2012.
It would have been my first 2 years in the league, I think. Because when you came into the league, Nike was.
We've been Nike.
You've only been
God,
Nike, right?
Man. Thank God I didn't wear that.
Well, let me tell you, the Reebok jerseys were awesome. Just gonna say, the Nike jerseys are cool. They're more slender, got a little stretch to them.
More slender.
But the reason the Reebok jerseys were great, or at least the Eagles version of it, was the way it was cut on the shoulders and stitched. When that thing stuck on the Velcro on the shoulder pads, nobody was grabbing you.
So those of you that don't understand, a lot of guys in the league, because of that situation right there, like the ability to grab someone's jersey, even if it's inside blocking, being able to grab someone's jersey, not necessarily outside or to the point where you would get a holding penalty, but you're still trying to grab somebody. We use Velcro on the outside of our pads for the jersey to stick onto our pads.
I don't want nobody grabbing me.
Yeah, exactly. So it kind of limits the opportunity for someone to be able to get a good jersey grab. Because, I mean, if someone takes you right here, I mean, it's hard to
get
move
off
around. Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's one little trick that not a lot of people know, that there's Velcro underneath that jersey to help it stick to the pads.
But the Nike jerseys stretch, so you can kind of pull it a little bit easier off the Velcro. The Reebok stuck down harder, I thought. So
you think that helps you though when you're like, it kind of helps you a little bit? Because how much are you really getting grabbed? Like, guys are trying to like keep you off of them more, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't hold, so I wouldn't know what you're talking about.
I mean, you can't. You only got 9 fingers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not never been called a holder in my life. I think
erroneous.
Yeah, Kevin Green, rest in peace. Longtime sack leader up there. He used to tape Clay Matthews shoulder pads before every game with the Velcro and tape and adhesive. He's like, hey man, if they can't hold you, they can't block you. That's how big of a difference this makes.
Yeah.
And
Michael Bennett theory. Just wear the smallest set of shoulder pads. You can't grab them, man. You can't control a big dude like that with like little pads on him.
That's right. I don't know where we're going with this, but I just know that I love those old Reebok jerseys, and that's what Miles had on. That's what we were talking about before the game. I was letting him know. So
nice. Well, shout out Miles, man. We always love bringing him up. He might be a fun guy to have on the show.
He'd be great to have on the show. Yeah.
He's got a lot of stuff going on outside of the
He's a busy man.
The sports world, but he is very, very active in the Philly sports world. That's for damn sure.
He'd be a fun guy to have on outside of the sports world, but still knows something about it and have a fun conversation, no doubt. Speaking of things going on around the NFL, let's talk about some storylines.
Yeah.
NFLPA shared our New Heights clip on the safe fields.
They were listening in on the convo, huh?
Well, it wasn't just us. There are a lot of players around the league voicing their opinion this past week, and there's been some unfortunate injuries, including Zach Ertz just went down this past week, which I don't know, was that on turf or not? Where were they playing?
That's a good question. I'm not sure where Arizona played. That one absolutely ripped my heart out, man.
But anyways, the NFLPA wrote a letter calling for the immediate replacement and ban of slit film turf fields throughout the league. I have no idea what a slit film field is.
Mind blowing. I didn't know there was different turf. I didn't know there was different styles, and
I knew there was AstroTurf and I knew there was Field Turf, which I think everybody just calls Field Turf now because AstroTurf is like that's
old
part
school.
of
ancient,
part of a barbaric era. It's no longer acceptable.
Field hockey still uses it, but
you only use it for doggy potties and field hockey. That's pretty much the only thing AstroTurf gets used for anymore. I think. I don't know what slip film is. I just kind of lump all turf fields together. I don't know why we need to differentiate slip film versus dual. What is it? What's the other one called? Dual fiber, monofilm. Just get rid of all of it. I don't really get this. I don't
get it either. They're saying that the slip film slip film turf, those have the higher percentage of injuries, though, right?
That's what they're saying. Yeah, that's the one that they know for sure has an increased risk of injury. I'm not sure which fields they are. I know that the New York field at MetLife, that's one of them, which is the worst field on the planet.
That one's not a fun one to play on.
Obviously, these turfs are terrible, but there is something to be said about a bad grass field too. The Steelers back in the day, and they shared that field with everybody, used to have some of the worst grass in college when we used to play there, especially.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't necessarily remember running around on it and feeling, like I'm slipping around or I just feel like when I looked at it, it was just dirt.
looked torn up. That's a good point.
I feel
It
like they
wasn't
were playing
like-
high school games on Fridays, and then Saturday the Pitt Panthers were playing, and then Sundays came around, and like the turf had just been absolutely destroyed by the high school and college games, and it was like they were just putting sand and dirt to kind of fill all the patched up grass that had been missing. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it gets better as the season goes along because the high school and college seasons end before the NFL season does. But
it's the same way in Philadelphia. We share the field with Temple, and while Temple's still playing on it, the field gets tore up.
That's one luxury of being in Kansas City, man. They take care of this field. It is one of the nicest.
But you guys don't have any universities out there, so you're not sharing it with anybody.
They're around, but I hear you.
People don't go to school in Kansas City. What
I'm not arguing it either. Shout out to UMKC, man. Kansas is down the road. They're 45 minutes away.
How far is Missouri?
Missouri's
Mizzou.
3.5, 4 hours the other way. They're closer to St. Louis.
Gotcha. Well, how about the worst field that I can remember while I've been in the league? The old Raiders field. Which actually you've got to remember playing on
man.
that.
I thought, man, going into the game, because you only get September typically. I mean, the A's haven't been notoriously good for a while now, and they only played up until September, like the end of the season. They were playing not a lot of postseason ball out there, but I hadn't played on their baseball field until the last season that they had the Coliseum as their home stadium. So I think it was like 2019, might have been. Yeah, I think it was 2019. And I got so fucking torn up in that game. I mean, there was it's like the middle of the field, like the 50-yard line is right where second base to third base is, and then the end zone on one of the end zones is just straight like warning track.
Yeah.
So anytime you get tackled, it's like exactly where it is. Like, you guys got to realize when baseball players play on this field, they water the field. They water the dirt like every 3 to 4 innings so that if guys slide on the dirt, it doesn't just absolutely rip their skin off or put a hole in their pants, their baseball pants, because the dirt can get so freaking hard.
Right.
Well, in the football games, they're not watering that shit. They're just letting everybody run around on it. So you're literally and your cleats, they don't necessarily grab. It's like you're almost playing on cement once you get on the actual dirt. It's like it gets so hard that you're like you don't even have really good grip and you're slipping around. So if you catch the ball on the dirt, like the first thing you're thinking of is get the fuck off this dirt before you get tackled,
Yeah, right.
It's like, get me the fuck out of here. I caught a ball in the end zone and got dragged down, and thank goodness I caught it, because I would have felt like a jabroni for dropping it and getting this freaking just entire 4 layers of skin just ripped off of my shin. And I had that for the rest of the season. Every single time I got tackled, I feel like it just reopened the wound. It was miserable, man. I came out of that game wearing half of the dirt that I was sliding around on. It was cool. I went into it thinking, man, I finally get to play on the baseball field, man. This shit's sweet, man. I used to watch guys play on the dual sport fields all the time growing up, and I always thought it was sweet. And Uncle Don told me right before, he was like, yeah, don't get too excited, man. It'll probably be the last time you want to play on this shit. And sure enough, I came out of the game. I was like, Uncle Don, you ain't lying, baby. That shit sucked.
No fun.
Willie? It wasn't no fun.
Well, why did the players approach it on Twitter this time, at this point, do you think? Just the amount of injuries?
I think the amount of injuries, it's kind of been a progressing, build up to this point. There's been a lot of players that have voiced their opinion on it. A guy like Cam Jordan actually went against our theories on
He likes the slip
Instagram.
Film. Cam Jordan, fan of the slip film.
He feels that he gets more traction, and that grass.
It's a better get off.
Yeah, he gets on grass that he's got way too much torque, too much power to let the grass kind of just slips out and it doesn't grab as much for him. So he gets more torque to be more explosive on the field with turf, and that's the first time I've ever heard that. So I don't know.
Note to myself.
Not gonna argue.
I hope we always play Cam on grass. Where are we out next, Trav?
Moving on to the Germany game. Tampa beats Seattle. It was a fun game to watch. Tom Brady had an opportunity to go up and make a play on the ball with the ball in the air. They ran a double pass, or they ran a play where they were supposed to throw it back to Tom Brady running down the sideline. I thought was hilarious quote from him after the game. He said, "Man, if I didn't slip, I was about to Randy Moss this dude, man." I was just like, Tom, there's no way you're going up top on this dude. That would have been awesome to watch.
I would have loved to see that.
And I'm not going to lie. I think we ran a similar play where Sammy Watkins threw it back to Pat Mahomes, and didn't work out for Pat either. So I don't know. I don't know if the QB down the sidelines the move anymore, man. You could get away with that back in the day, but
that's the Philly special, baby. It always works.
It was all right. Philly special. Philly special.
Yeah. Listen, I mean the TB12 method. I think he might be able to get up top with the TB12.
Ooh, he gave him saving his bounce.
Keeps those Achilles fresh.
Bounce.
Keeps those Achilles fresh. It's part of the TB12 method.
Fresh Achilles, baby. The NFL says more than 3 million people requested for tickets for a stadium that only holds 67,000.
3 million?
Yeah, that's how many.
That's a real stat?
That's what the NFL says. I guess.
I had no idea. I mean, I'm a little blown away. I had no idea Germany was so big. Actually, I did. You know, I've heard Germany is actually really, really big into football. They're very engineered. I mean, when I think of Germany, I think of automotive, mechanical, mathematical, and I feel like
strategy. I
feel like football would definitely suit that type of mindset.
Yeah, like that chess mentality. Yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know if they're big chess.
No, me neither. But I feel like that's a similar mentality. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of thought that goes into strategy, and you know what I mean.
Did you know you're already on a billboard in Germany?
Yeah, that was sweet, man. That was pretty freaking cool.
How about that?
It says coming soon.
International star Travis Kelce.
Yeah, baby. The Yeti's coming to you, man.
Can you say anything in German?
Yeah.
Can you say anything in schnitzel? That's not I think that's just a sausage,
like a pretzel, right?
Oh, no. I think a schnitzel is like a fried item. You don't know anything else?
I know Oktoberfest. Or is that Beer Fest?
Well, it's a little bit of both, but it's definitely called Oktoberfest. But I don't know if do they call it Oktoberfest? Or is that an Americanized?
But it sounds like I don't know shit. Do you know anything?
Yeah. No. But I've always wanted to. It's been a fascinating thing to hear.
We did see that Tom Brady playing in Germany. His quote was, "That was one of the great football experiences I have ever had." Says a lot of football in the 23 years in the league, and the fans' turnout was incredible.
Well, speaking of the fan turnout, do we think Germany has had the best international fan turnout? It's tough to say without honestly, being there.
Yeah, I thought watching the game that I heard the crowd a lot more than I would have at when I watched games that were in London. So I think it was probably a little bit more rowdy for a guy like Brady to mention.
Yeah, for Tom to mention it, that means something.
Yeah,
100%. The only place I've played is in London. You played in Mexico City as well.
Yeah. I might be one of the first guys, or one of the only guys to score a touchdown in 3 different countries.
You haven't already done that?
No, I've already done that. So I might get a chance to do 4 if we actually end up playing in Germany next year, which would be pretty cool.
That's cool. What do you get, like a trophy or something if that happens?
No, just another random stat. You know what I mean? I call them the LeBron stats, man. Just stats that really
just add it up.
Just add, yeah. They find a way to make it a stat and make it more than what it is.
Should just give you a statue of like Carmen Sandiego. It's like you're a world traveler or something like that. Where's Trav catching a touchdown at this week? He's in Germany.
Shut the fuck.
Where in the world is Travis catching touchdowns?
Ooh, Tom Brady became the first QB to win in 4 different countries. So I might be able I might be able to add to that one too. Might be the only.
So I guess Tom's getting the Carmen Sandiego trophy. I'll mail it to you, Tom.
Tom Sandiego.
All right. Potential game of the year ruins the quarterback sneak. agenda that we have started on this show.
Hell of a game, though.
I got to say, 2 of the worst quarterback sneaks I've seen in a long time. Bills, Vikings. When it matters most. 4th and goal. Game on the line.
Oh, man.
Vikings.
We talked about this. Jalen. Jalen said it himself.
It's the right call, I think. Just didn't execute. Got stuffed. Bills D came up big.
That's a big-time stop, too. Shout out to the Bills, man.
But one of the benefits of getting stuffed on a QB sneak, it's on
the inch.
It's right out of that end zone.
It is right.
And you know as well as I do, when you're coming out as an offense and it's on that yard line, everybody's buttholes are just a little bit tighter, you know? You got some tight buttholes on that half-inch yard line. And that butthole might have got Josh Allen's hands a little bit off out of sync because
popcorn, should ate that
popcorn. Man. Fumble Rooski on the QB sneak, which is something that happens quite often because obviously you got to get a lean going. That center quarterback exchange can be crucial. And I mean, gosh, I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
Absolute dagger.
I wonder if that's the first fumbled QB sneak for a touchdown. You think?
No, there had to have been a situation like that before in the NFL where they're on the inch-yard line and they try and do something
I mean, probably got safety, but what are the chances you fumble it?
I can only imagine at that point in the game how big of a dagger that was.
And for them to come back,
for them to come back and still score,
still tied up,
to send it into OT. I mean, shout out to them to be able to regroup. You know what I mean, and find a way to extend the game. But damn,
yeah, I was amazed at the Bills. Just again,
I would say, Vikings finally won it in OT, and Pat Peterson had 2 huge picks, and obviously the turnovers for Josh Allen. He's kicking himself still probably for it. You saw how frustrated he was after the game. Another helmet toss, gotta love it. He slammed his. I rolled mine. I bowled mine. But he's a great player. He just got caught kind of being a little aggressive there in the red zone, knowing he had one of his best receivers, one of his most accountable receivers, one-on-one with a corner on a post, and it was just a hell of a play by Pat Pete at the end of the game to just seal the game away, man.
Yeah, I mean, and it was an outstanding game to watch. One of the most exciting games I've seen this year. And what made it more exciting was Mama Kelce was in the house.
Mama!
And she was in town visiting for our game on Monday. And she was rooting for the Bills because you and the Bills were tied.
No, she was the other way. She was rooting for the Vikings to win.
Yeah, sorry. She was rooting for the Vikings. I was rooting for the Bills because obviously we wanted to be further ahead of the Vikings, which now we're tied with.
And Mom loves me more, so she was rooting for the Vikings so that the Bills would be a game back and we would finally be first place in the
She was just rooting because you guys are already tied. You guys are already tied. We were still ahead of the Vikings, so she wanted you guys to be first place.
She wanted
Either way, it made those sneaks. I mean, we were kind of going back and forth at each other. You know, it was like, in your face, Mom! Yeah!
You're so bad. You're just so
And then the Bills just completely screwed the pooch with their tight buttholes.
She gave a yippee after the last interceptions. Oh, yip.
She did. She did the patented Mama yippee.
Yippee. Yes. What a sweetheart. Love you, Mom. All right, let's move on. We were talking about the sneak earlier. What are they doing wrong on the sneak? Is there like a tack? I mean, you guys are pretty flawless with it. You got anything to say what helps with it or what hurts? Like, is it that like I don't want to say hard of a play, but is there like a secret sauce to the play or something? Like, why are you guys so much better than everybody else at doing it?
Time out. You want me to give away quarterback sneak strategy on our podcast?
I can't imagine that there's much to it other than snapping the freaking ball and just pushing as hard as you can.
Yeah, that's because you guys don't run the quarterback sneak. All right, listen. There's a lot that goes into it, and if you don't want your quarterback's knee to go sideways, look at that. It's so complicated. Your guy's quarterback couldn't even do it without his knee falling off. All right.
Stop it. There is nothing. Pat. There's first of all,
it's one of the most intricate plays. I mean, it's a crucial play. There's a lot that goes into it.
What? You gotta say it, dude. You gotta say it. I cannot imagine that there's anything that mind blowing about a QB sneak.
I'm not saying you're right. I'm not going to say it because I'm not giving any defense the keys to stopping that play. I'm going to keep doing what we're doing and letting it roll.
I love that you're making this one fucking play, the most simple play in the offensive book. Something that's
simple, the most simple.
Yes,
Listen,
snap the ball and move forward. What is more simple than that?
See, this is why you guys don't run the quarterback sneak. This is why you guys don't do it. There is detail in it. There is a lot of things that go into the quarterback sneak to make it successful, and everything has to run in unison. Everything has to be synced up. And I'm telling you what, it's a lot more complicated than running a freaking hitch route. All right, I'll tell you that right now. Running 6 yards.
Look at you.
Is it 6 yards?
6 yards is that hitch? Yeah, sure. If you want it to be.
What is it in your guys' playbook?
In our playbook, it's get open. On time. That's 95% of all the routes. Yeah, that's 95% of all the routes with Pat Mahomes. Just get open.
So if your route is a hitch route and it's 3rd and 8, you're running at the sticks, right?
Yeah, we're probably not calling that play if it's 3rd.
That makes sense. Yeah. What am I doing? That's stupid, Jason.
You kind of just answered your own question there.
What do you? Yeah. So if you. Anyways, there's a lot that goes in the quarterback sneak, all right? Just ask the Bills and the Vikings. Huh? If it's so simple, huh? Most simple play in the playbook until you need to do it.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I think it's baloney, but whatever. All right, moving on. So, man, this is never an easy topic to talk about, man. Derek Carr at the podium just pouring out his feelings of a frustrating 2-7 season with a lot of expectations. Obviously, we all put a bunch of effort and a bunch of emotion and a bunch of hard work into it. And a lot of guys battle through soreness and injuries and discomfort to the point where it's like that could bring tears to you itself, over the course of the season. But is there any crying? Is it acceptable to just, I don't know, cut it loose or let it loose? I know I've cried, but for the most part, all my crying has been like crying of happiness and like overcoming and being appreciative of the success I'm having and stuff like that. And like after the Super Bowl, I was boo-hooing. I don't think I've ever cried after a loss. But what do you think it's acceptable?
I've teared up when teammates have been hurt or been going through things.
Yeah.
I tear up when I'm talking. Whenever you're sometimes with really big triumphant moments. Impactful moments in your career and your team. I think sometimes these things can be overwhelming and very emotional. And I've been known to cry for sure. I've done it at numerous press conferences. I did it after the Super Bowl. I've done it. For me, it almost always happens when I'm thinking about either our family, my teammates, the trajectory of a season. So, this guy clearly puts a lot of effort into all of this, and
he's invested, man.
It's frustrating when it doesn't pay off,
especially when he's the one that's being held accountable for a lot of the shit that's going on. That shit it probably just got at him to the point where he couldn't hold it back, man. But that shit sucks. It sucks.
Speaking of crying, do you hear my 1-year-old right now?
Oh, baby L. Baby L, she heard it. She heard we were talking about Derek Carr right now.
Yeah. Sounds a lot like Derek Carr.
Yeah, she's very invested in her sleep. And
if only her teammates tried as hard as she did.
That's so great. All right, moving on to New Heights Stamp of the Week, baby. This is how we do it. Jason and I, we give a shout-out to anybody taking their game to new heights. It could be in the NFL, college, high school, it doesn't matter. We're showcasing anybody taking their game to the next level, baby. And mine this week, my guy Cole Kmet of the Chicago Bears, baby, coming out of a unfortunately close loss, but 4 receptions, 74 yards, 2 touchdowns, a huge touchdown. Got the bulk of his yardage on one of them, absolutely wide open, ran a great route, and I'm just happy to see that guy taking the next step, man. Finally, I think he's got 5 or 6 touchdowns this year alone, which is the second most out of all the tight ends. And I'm just happy to see him keep progressing, man. Great guy, plays his tail off. I think he embodies that city, the toughness, and he's definitely, a guy that I thought was going to take the league by storm. You know, very big dude, looks kind of like that Gronk, physical built, and just toughness. And sure enough, man, Cole, shout out to you taking your game to new heights, baby. I'm proud of it. Let's keep
Way to
that
go,
thing
Cole.
going. Tight end you, baby.
Way to go, Cole. Okay, I got Jeff Saturday. I was a little nervous. I didn't know if I wanted. You know what? Well, I was a little bit iffy because we're playing the Colts this week and whether I was going to go with Jeff. But, I mean, in the true, what this stamp is supposed to be, taking your game to new heights, this is the only thing Jeff hasn't done. I mean, he's been a Pro Bowl player.
Perennial.
He's played for over a decade, won a Super Bowl. He's a Hall of Fame candidate almost every year. You know, this guy, and then he's first time as a coach against the Las Vegas Raiders. What does he do? Gets a win. Gets a dub despite all the shenanigans all week. I mean, we talked about it on our podcast about how odd of a move it was. And some other people were very harsh. You know, he found a way to get it done. I thought he answered questions great. I thought he had great press conferences and addressing all this and just keeping the team focused. And they got their first dub.
Yeah.
Under Jeff Saturday.
You could see the way they were playing. They were playing for a lot more, man. You can see their backs were against the wall. They felt like they had to rally to come together. I think that, you know, bringing Jeff in, great leader, team first guy, that entire mentality, not to take anything away from what Frank Wright did or anything like that, but sometimes change is good, man, and it can spark a freaking fire that just wasn't there. But I can't say too much about the Colts because we lost to them. And I think that is a very talented football team. And it doesn't surprise me that they rallied together because they got a lot of great players over there, man.
No doubt. Well, let's look ahead to next week.
Yeah, talking about the Colts, man.
Yeah.
Eagles at Colts. So you guys are going to Indianapolis, playing in the Dome. How do you prep for a game or for a team with a brand new head coach?
I don't know how it's going to change. Obviously, they were fired up last week to play the Raiders. I think largely they're going to be a similar team, especially on defense. I can't speak for the offense, but Jeff isn't going to go in there and drastically change the defensive philosophy of the football team in a week, right?
Right.
I think what he's going to do is bring a different level of organization, motivation, and things like that, which will make a difference in how the team ultimately plays. But for us and how we're preparing, it's not going to be any different with Jeff Saturday as a coach. We're just going to prepare for what we see on tape, what we see from them as players, and go out there and play it like it's any week.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. He made a comment on the Pat McAfee show. Shout out to the Pat McAfee show that he challenged the O-line. He came in and said, you guys have to step it up, And coming from a guy like that, a perennial, you were just kind of naming all the accolades that he's accomplished as a player.
Yeah,
you can appreciate that challenge. You know what I mean? The real ones, the guys with the right mentality, if they say something to you, it hits a little bit different than maybe somebody who didn't play or wasn't in your shoes at some point in their career. And I think that it just matters, man. It matters, and if you got the right group of guys, you answer the freaking bell. And sure enough, they obviously did coming out with the win.
If there's one group that immediately is going to give Jeff Saturday the respect of what he's earned as a player, it's going to be the offensive line.
Yeah, 100%.
He's immediately got that. And, if he's calling you out, that he thinks that you can do better. He knows that he knows what the offensive line is capable of out there. And Indianapolis has had a great offensive line for a long time. And, sometimes you need to light a fire up under him. And, it certainly seems to have paid off.
Yeah. Well, we know he's going to keep everyone accountable. As he kept Peyton Manning, one of the greatest quarterbacks ever in the league, kept that man accountable while he was playing. I remember you were telling me a Jeff Saturday story your first year in the league, or one of your first couple years in the league, that he kind of helped out in terms of like a mentor almost, or just a voice of reason for you at a younger age or at the beginning of your career.
Yeah, well, my first offensive line coach was Howard Mudd, who coached Jeff his entire career, I think, in Indianapolis. And, after my first season, Howard he was like, "Hey, do you want to talk to Jeff?" And I'm like, "Are you kidding me? I'd be honored to take any advice he could have." So, I went up to his place and we talked ball for a little bit. And he actually just texted me a couple months ago, saying how, he was wishing us luck and, thought we were having a great season. So unfortunately, I don't think he's wishing us luck this week, but, 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 I think, Jeff's a great person, a great dude. He was a great player. And, I think, he's always gone out of his way to try and help me. And I'm sure he's done that for a lot of guys. So, great dude.
Sounds like a great dude to me, man. And obviously the Colts come together, and they look like they love playing for him, man, because that sideline was hyped. The guys looked like they were rallying, playing for each other. It's a different world, man.
Yeah. Well, Chiefs at the Chargers. Sunday night football. We got a little in-division game. November 8th, announced the game was flexed to Sunday night over the flexed. Bengals. Yeah. When did you find this out?
The same time everybody else did.
It just kind of happens right when it gets announced.
Yeah, it was like, oh, wow, we got another primetime game. I think it's our 7th primetime game, so we are officially not getting flexed to primetime anymore.
Well, aren't you the popular one? Yeah, what do you like the ability to flex games? Do you like the ability to flex games?
I love the ability to flex to flex home games. To flex an away game in LA to where I don't get back until 4 a.m.
God, that's a good point,
man.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's going to be just a long ride back, and at a point in the season where you were hoping you could just get to the house, put your feet up after a game. But we signed up for this thing, and I can't get mad about playing on national television, man. Being the only game on, and getting to showcase, being able to go out there and put on for Cleveland Heights, University of Cincinnati, all the friends and family that have been in my corner my entire life. I love playing primetime games, man. I can't get enough of them. So I'm not mad that we're getting flexed. I just wish it was for a home game instead of an away game.
Are you excited? Let's get to the real question. Are you going to wear your wrestling knee pads and boots in your preparation to see Derwin James again? You going to have your Rey Mysterio mask on?
I'm gonna have the leather diaper, my high leather boots, maybe some wristbands,
some elbow pads. Get the rock
elbow
pads. Yeah, baby.
If I get in the end zone, I might have to do the people's elbow now, man.
Are you going to try and jump over Derwin James again? Maybe.
Me jumping over people is it's starting to kind of calm down. I landed on my fucking head 2 games ago, and I'm still feeling that shit. Yeah, still feeling it. So the fun stuff throughout the it's funny because when you get flipped like that, there's a point in like the you getting flipped that just everything freezes. Like the time freezes, and there's so much going through your head, and it's right before you hit the ground. Yeah. And it's like no, and then it freezes like the old Saved by the Bell, where it's like everything freezes and you're talking into the camera, and about the situation that's about to occur, and you're just like, this isn't good. Oh no, my neck. Try and tuck the neck, and you can't tuck the neck, and all of a sudden you just get this full shock wave going through your neck into your spine, and luckily enough, the adrenaline and some of the anti-inflammatories I was on got me through the game. But man, I couldn't look left for about an entire week. I'm over here turning my shoulders. Patty Mahomes is making fun of me in my routes during practice. He was like, dude, it's taking you like you're trying to turn a semi-truck around a corner, around a tight bend, trying to run these routes right now, snapping your head around. I'm just starting to laugh like, man, I heard this from Andre Miller, a legendary Cavalier, but played in the NBA for forever. And they asked him, the longevity, what can you speak on in terms of how healthy you've been and how you stayed in the league so long? He said, man, just stay on the ground, man. You don't leave the ground. A lot of shit, you eliminate a lot of that stuff, the wear and tear on the knees, the how you're going to fall, there's a lot of things you can eliminate. And sure enough, I think I play a lot better when my feet are in the ground than when I'm upside down landing on my head.
Yeah, let's stick to the Wesley Snipes law, which is that white men can't jump, and let's stay on the ground. All right.
Don't forget how that movie ended, Jason.
That's right.
Woody Harrelson. They definitely lowered the rim to like 8 feet.
I mean, we can pretend.
It's like when I was in the backyard every single day practicing basketball, and Dad would yell from the kitchen, "Put the hoop up to 10 feet." I'm just like, Dad, I can't reach it up there. I gotta work on my dunking.
Only I could dunk when we were growing up.
definitely get knocked out.
I'm a dunking machine. What are you talking about?
Jason, you used to try dunking every single day after lifting in college, and I've never seen you successfully.
That was once
do
I
it.
was 280 pounds.
You would just
That was once I
rip
was
the
290
calluses
pounds.
off your hand, and your entire hand would be bleeding by the end of the basketball shoot around.
That's just because my hand was so muscular, I could no longer palm the ball. So I just had to like try and slam it down in like a pancake, like a
Burger
flapjack.
King hands, man. Burger King hands.
No, opposite of Burger King hands. These are this is caveman
The Rock.
hands.
The Rock. Yeah, The Rock was saying calloused up.
Oh yeah.
Right on, baby. Right on.
Alrighty, well, that about wraps up the 12th episode of New Heights. Woo! So make sure you're subscribed on YouTube to the New Heights channel so you know when the new videos come out, and listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Once again, New Heights is a Jukes original presented by Wave Sports and Entertainment. Make sure you follow the show on all social media at New Heights Show for fun clips throughout the week. And as always, thank you to our production, man. We honestly cannot do this without you, and we appreciate everything you guys do, man. You guys make us look good when we know we're not. But we're learning, and we appreciate the guidance. So shout out to everybody helping make this thing run.
Thanks, guys.
Until the next time, peace. Peace.